Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a kind of a review and share my experience with the Diva Cup. I've been using a menstrual cup, I would say, for almost 2 years. I started using the menstrual cup, the Diva Cup, just a little before the pandemic started. I think it was like a couple of months before. I remember that I had a few, maybe 1 or 2 cycles before being home all the time. I used the Diva Cup outside the house, let's say, going to work and then coming back with it from work. I wanted to share my experience and tell you guys, you know, if you don't know anything about it, or if you are on the fence, maybe my experience will help you. First, I wanted to share my experience with menstrual products, with feminine products. So I got my period as a teenager. I was probably 11 or 12 years old, and I started with the pad. Like, that was what I used from that first time until my late 30s, my mid to late 30s. I used the pad with all the inconvenience and all the mishaps that happen with the pad, like, you know, the dirty clothes and the dirty sofas and the dirty bed and the dirty sheets, everything that came with it. I became an expert at, you know, scrubbing my clothes, my underwear and everything to remove blood stains. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are not interested in that type of subject, please click out. This is not for everyone. It's not for boys. Definitely not. But since I see that my demographic is mainly women, I feel really comfortable talking about this. But if it's something that's not interesting to you, please don't hesitate and click out. Okay, so I was saying that I had been using for most of my life pads. You know, my mother is from the Caribbean. She's Haitian. So with her culture, pads were the default, I guess. There was no question. There was no way that I was ever going to wear tampons, and especially when I was a teen. So tampons were out of the question. And because of preconceived ideas on tampons and everything, I never even considered wearing tampons. Not until after my 3rd child, I decided to get the copper IUD. And when you wear the copper IUD, your period, apparently it's a side effect for most people, your periods are very, very heavy. And that was the case for me. So much so that I had to find a double protection. I had to find a way to protect myself, my clothes, my furniture, my sheets, everything. I had to find a way to wear something that was going to give me double protection. So that's why I decided to start wearing tampons after over more than 35 years. I was a grown adult, had 3 kids, everything. I was like, okay, now let's just stop with the nonsense. Tampons are there for a reason. They're going to help me. I'm going to start using tampons. I started using tampons because I couldn't deal with the overflow. I couldn't deal with the fact that I had to change my pad very often, and that also I absolutely needed more than just one thing to protect my clothes. So I decided on wearing the tampons with the pads. So it was never just the pads and it was never just the tampons. It had to be both together. So I did that for a couple of years. And then about 2 years ago, I decided something better must be out there. Well, actually, I probably started hearing about the Diva Cup on YouTube. And that's my theory. I started seeing people talk about it on YouTube because probably it was in my recommended, or probably somebody I watched like Vicky Logan or Jackie Aina talked about it. And I was like very interested. And then because I watched those 2 videos, I got recommended other videos. I think that's how it happened. And I think it was the Diva Cup and also the menstrual discs that they were talking about. But first I thought that I would be more interested in trying out the Diva Cup. So this is what I did. My cup is in this little pouch, which is really, really cute. This little pouch, and this little ribbon here says Diva Cup. I don't know if you guys can see that. So the little ribbon, and my cup is in this. So it's a cup that I've been using for a couple years. It's sanitized and everything, but it is a little bit stained. So I'm going to show it to you, but really quickly. So usually this is like see-through material, see-through silicone, but it's a little stained. I apologize if somebody did not want to see that, but I told you guys. And also there's this little tag that says Diva Cup on the pouch. So this is my Diva Cup. I've been using it for 2 years, and I have to say that my experience with the tampon was okay. So I used to wear the super and the Super Plus, I think it is, and it wasn't enough. I didn't really enjoy wearing the tampons. I had to change my tampon very often, and I was always afraid of keeping it on for too long, and my flow was so heavy that actually it wasn't even possible to keep it on too long because I had to change it. And I don't know, I didn't really like the tampon in general. I didn't like it at all. But the tampon, if you're used to wearing the pad, the tampon is like the next step after the pad. If you're not used to, like, you know, putting things in there, you know, the tampon will get you a little bit familiarized with your body and how it feels when you put something there and leave it there, and the hygiene associated with, you know, wearing something like that and everything. And in the beginning, I was grateful that that was a solution, because combining the tampon with the pad allowed me more security with my super heavy flow. But then when I added the Diva Cup, it was a game changer. So let me tell you a little bit about the Diva Cup. Okay, so I bought mine at a drugstore near my house. So I didn't buy it online. At the time when I was looking for it, it wasn't that much cheaper to buy it on Amazon. So I just decided to just go to the store and get it. I forget how much it was, so I'm just gonna look. So right now, if I look at how much it is, I see that the Diva Cup is $32.99 on Amazon.ca. And if I look at the pharmacies near me, around me here in my area, the Diva Cup is about $38, $37. Yeah, $37.99. So I think I purchased it around between $35 and $40 Canadian. I think I bought it at Uniprix near my house, or Pharmaprix. So I bought that, and from then on, I never needed to wear a tampon ever again. I don't remember the first few days, because right now, I'm going to talk to you about this a little bit later on in the video, but right now I'm testing out a menstrual disc. Well, it's a menstrual cup, but in the form of a disc. It's a shallower look than the menstrual cups, the Diva Cup. But so far so good. I really love using the Diva Cup. There's a learning curve into learning how to insert it and learning how to place it so that it doesn't leak. So personally, I have to say that I always wear a pad with my Diva Cup because it does leak most of the time for me, but I know it's because I never really got the hang of placing it properly. But even the way that I place it, even the way that I'm not really careful in like twisting it or putting it the right way, even with that, I still love the experience. I still think that wearing that with a pad is like the best thing. And it's easy. You can just put it in, and after that you take it out after 12 hours. If you need to, you can, like me, sometimes during my flow, when I go to the bathroom and I wipe and I see that, ooh, it's leaking a lot. Sometimes it's leaking, but just a little bit. But when it's leaking a lot, it means I have to dump the content. So I do it. I take the time. I have my favorite bathroom in the house where the sink is right next to me. I remove the Diva Cup, I rinse it out, wash it out, and then after that, put it back in, and I'm off. I go and I forget about it. That is the one thing, the one product that I use that I can forget about. And my periods, that week out of the month goes by so fast. And it's not an inconvenience as much as when you have to wear tampons, when you have to wear a pad. And also because you buy this thing and then you don't have to buy more. Now that I've discovered that I can try to find a better fit for me, I will look for a cup that fits me better, that probably will help me not leak, because I didn't even think about it. I'm so patient. I was so happy with the results that I was getting that I didn't even think about the fact that since I'm leaking, maybe the Diva Cup is not the right fit for me. I should be looking for another cup. I didn't even think about that because I was so happy with the way that things were going. And so for me, the learning curve to learn how to insert it, it's okay. It's not that bad. I think that after a couple of cycles, you will get the hang of it. And then if you're not like me, not lazy to be, because you have to insert it, but after that, you have to work with it so that it just suctions well. But I never really did it because I wear an IUD, and the suction when you remove the cup, some people say, I don't know if it's true, but some people say if the suction is too hard, it can just pull out your IUD, and I don't really want that. I was never really careful in placing my cup properly, and so I lived with the little leakage. It was very light. I could wear a pad and my pad would not even, we would just get a little bit, a couple of drops, enough that I don't want to just go without a pad. But if I had period panties, which I've purchased on Amazon this week, yeah. So this is my video on the Diva Cup. I don't know if I did that justice, but I wanted to also share that I'm trying out the Nixit Cup. Nixit menstrual cup. So I'm trying out right now the Nixit menstrual cup, and I ordered this last week. Got it just in time for the beginning of my period. And so it came in this box. It's a magnetic box. And it came with a pouch. This is the pouch where you have to put it after you sanitized it. The instruction booklet. And the box. Empowerment is in, embarrassment is out. And in French, contrôlons nos vies, contrôlons nos règles. So this is what it says, and this is the box that it came in. So the menstrual cup was sitting right in this hole, and when I received it, I boiled it right away so it could be ready because I knew my period was coming. What I can say about the Nixit is that, in my opinion, the learning curve is harder, I feel like, for the Nixit. So my experience so far with it, I'm at day 4 of my period right now. This is day 4 of my period, and I have such a hard time removing it. I've tried everything, and I think that even it's giving me arthritis. It's really hard for me to do this because you have to, there's no stem at the end of it, so you have to find a way to grip the rim with a finger or two depending on how you are, and most of the time it's not possible for me to do this the right way. So I'm not really sure this is the right product for me. I thought that I would love it, but so far it's really hard for me to use it. So for the Nixit, I guess I'll update you guys. I will try it also for my next cycle. I will try it again and see if I really like it. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to order the Kind menstrual cup, because I went on Period Nirvana. There is a quiz. You have to just answer a few questions, and then they tell you based on your questions what cup you should be using and what disc you should be using. And I don't think I got the Diva Cup and the Nixit disc at all in the results. Let me just see. I did the survey, the little quiz. I did it twice, so I would get information on both the cup and the disc. My Period Nirvana quiz matched me with the Kind cup. So I'm gonna try this cup next. Hopefully it's a success. And I thought I got an email for the other one, but I can't find it. So if I find it, I'll put it on the screen. So far for me, the Nixit is really difficult to remove, but it took me a couple of insertions to get the way to insert it. So inserting is not bad, but removing, it's really, really difficult. I don't know if I'm gonna keep using it. The reason I had an idea, of course, is very personal, this information. So it's because they were saying that you could be intimate with that cup, because the Diva Cup, because of the stem, I don't see how I could be intimate with it. But with this one, there's no stem, there's no little thing that you can pull. But again, this is the reason why it's really hard to remove. And I think that my cervix is high too, so when I reach to pull it out, I don't reach high enough, and it's really difficult to grab it. So I'm so sad that I don't like it so far, and I've been really patient. I haven't given up already. So my battery died. What I was saying is I'm still patient with it. I haven't given up on it. I'm hoping that I will find a way that it works with my body. I'm still investigating if it's because I don't place it properly that I have a hard time removing it. So I'm gonna give it another cycle at least, but I think I liked the Diva Cup right away, so I'm disappointed a little bit that I don't really like the Nixit menstrual cup. So stay tuned, guys. If I have any more updates regarding the Nixit, I will keep you posted. If next period I still have such a hard time, I'm thinking maybe I could alternate and wear it only at night. So I will combine the Diva Cup with wearing the Nixit cup so that I give myself a break between wearing something, you know, that is hard to remove. And if I purchase the other menstrual cup that I mentioned, I will share that as well. I'm not going to be afraid to purchase more because I think that it's worth it if I find the best product. I've been using this one for 2 years and I'm really happy with it. But if I find a cup that fits me better and that I don't leak at all or hardly ever, it's going to be a complete discovery, which is something that I'm really looking forward to. And if you guys have, you know, any feedback, or if you guys want to share with me your experiences or your tips and tricks, I am definitely open for that. So don't hesitate and leave them down below. And if you're interested in the content that I'm offering so far, it's pretty much women, motherhood, and sister locks. This is pretty much what I'm going to be sharing on my channel. So if you're interested in that, just, you know, please subscribe and I will see you next time. Bye.